Hello, Master Monster here. I just wanted to record my final thoughts on Baldur's Gate. I didn't really. I know I posted like an Act One early review, and I said I'd do one for each act. But honestly, I think I experienced with this game what a lot of people experience. I got to Act Two, and I got fairly into Act Two before I stopped playing. Like I got to the Harper area. I'd explored a good portion of Act Two. I hadn't really gotten in and around Moonrise. I stopped playing around there, and then I picked it up and I finished it. It took me about a month and a half of like somewhat faithful playing. Doesn't help that when I would get rolling with it, this game has a tendency to crash. Well, that's because I keep my Xbox in a game station, like in a drawer basically, but not like a drawer. I think I think it overheats a bit. I tend to play this game for longer game sessions, and I honestly think the Xbox can't handle being on for literally hours at a time while the doors to my cabinet, my game station, are being closed. So I lost quite a few hours of progress due to the game not saving. It's definitely slowed me down a bit. And the game does crash every once in a while, but honestly, it might just be at the aforementioned Xbox overheating due to where I keep it. Other than that, this game is a masterpiece. I'm so glad I bought this on release, even if it took me a whole year to complete it. Everything about it was beautiful, and even when I tried to do everything, there's still things I miss. Like I killed Minthara. What else did I not do? I didn't do a quest. I think the only quest I didn't do the Kresh quest line. I explored the area, but I left, not wanting to piss off the Emperor. I and also like I'd already been in Act Two with the Kresh, so I'm pretty sure I missed out on a lot of things by going to Act Two and then going back and exploring the Kresh, and not even to its full entirety. What else did I not do? I think the most interesting thing I saw with my playthrough from what I've seen from other people's playthroughs is I sent Karlach to Inverness with Will, and that felt good because she was all like, "I don't want to be alone." She wasn't alone. I think if you romance her, you might be able to go with her. I don't think there's besides letting her kill herself. And the only thing I regret is I would have freed Orpheus, but for some reason I was at the end of the game and I couldn't find out a way to like get back to the astral prism. I didn't realize it was freeing Orpheus was gonna be like you're at the end of the game, and like it was post going back time, and I couldn't go back to the camp and just grab the hammer. I just didn't bring it with me because I was just like, oh, I took like all these spells and consumables in. Big hitting part is like everyone you saved, even like Volo. Like I wasn't expecting Volo to be there at the end. Through and through, Volo is like just a character you might just let die just because. But he gives you probably one of the more useful buffs. I think he gives you a +2 to all your attack rolls or something, like on the throughout the entire like last fight section. I think the hardest one to get on your side is and it's not even a buff, is the Yedenver or whatever, that devil dude. Unless there's a way to do it without succeeding the 30 speech check when trying to take on Raphael, I think he would probably be the hardest to get because it's at least unless there's another way, it's just a 30 difficulty speech check. Of course, I save scummed multiple times, and that made it not worth playing. If I was playing this again, I would definitely be on Iron Man mode, whatever it's called. No, not tactician. I can't remember the name of the mode. Mostly because it would make things harder. I did dump the difficulty down when it came to the submersible and the prison area down below, because there was no way on tactician mode I was gonna save Will's father, all the prisoners, and get out with Oclium, the only other friendly mind flayer. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else I regret doing, but those are like my oopsies. Was definitely trying to get everything, and of course Minthara probably would have had her own quest line too. I did let Gale ascend it, honestly. I kind of regret it. He kind of, like, he's not the biggest dick. And I've seen clips of like Astarion when he ascends to godhood. It's so much better when he doesn't ascend. He even thanks you for not letting him ascend to and become a vampire. Even if he has to like live in darkness now. But I think that was really touching. I kind of like that Astarion can be this evil bastard, even till the end, near the end of the game. But then, like, it's only when you know, there's so much character death in all these characters. I don't want to talk about it too much. And Larry knocked it out of the park. It's no wonder this game is Game of the Year. I mean, even when I first started playing it, like, damn, who you romance, like, I can't imagine how many different things there are depending on, like, who you kept alive and who you romance. But even at the very end, there is a chest full of letters with just some side notes for some of the minor characters you saved. Even the Emperor sends you like a letter at the end, and it's not like anything that's thrust in front of you. There's literally just a chest. You have to seek it out. But I read through all the letters. I'm a little sad you couldn't actually physically hand the letters, because there's letters from like the Goo Warriors if you choose to like spare the people in the cages. The Goo Warriors will say that they've just taken to not murdering every monster, because some of their children were turned to thralls and stuff, and they have them in their presence. But the letter isn't addressed to you; it's addressed to Astarion. I kind of wish there was dialogue for that. But there's no like, here, Astarion, this letter's for you, kind of deal. So I guess you just gotta assume that Astarion reads it and just kind of make up your own mind what they say. I mean, they've already covered so much in this game. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and demand that they have things if you went and read the letters. There was a letter from the Bard companion who I don't recall meeting her, but her letter was there, and with like what she's doing now. But ultimately, like, this is probably one of the best like wrap ups to a game, honestly. Like it's a 6 months, I think a 6 month time skip. You get to see you get to talk to them and ask what's going on. I think most unimpressive was Shadowheart. Like, Shadowheart just kind of chills afterwards. Whereas like Lazelle's doing a bunch of stuff, Asterion is doing at least a little bit of something, but Shadowheart's like the most chill, I think, of all the companions. I can't speak for Minthara though, because she's dead. In my playthrough, at least in this playthrough. I don't know. I would be curious how it would be if you ended the game as the Dark Urge and you tried not murdering everyone. I don't know how possible that is. I've only played a little bit of Dark Age playthrough, like a little bit of Act 1, and it's already looking like you'd have to save some of your way to keep people alive, because Dark Age just kind of murks people, and I'm pretty sure Dark Age would just kind of automatically murk a few companions too. Although maybe with save scumming, maybe you could save them all. I don't know. I haven't like fully invested in a Dark Age playthrough. I think another surprising thing for me was that if you don't play as the Dark Urge, he's actually in the game. He's dead in the murder behind the murder altar. He's just dead on the floor. His corpse is like right there. And I thought that was wild that like if you don't play as the Dark Urge, then Orin just kills the Dark Urge. I mean, it makes sense though, because I'm pretty sure the Dark Urge is like Baal's chosen spawn, so she wouldn't have risen to power if the Dark Urge. So there's probably some point where she goes and kills him if he's not with the group, which makes sense. And it kind of explains why you wouldn't want, why he'd be the only origin character that you couldn't have recruited to your group. Although it would be kind of funny to have a companion character that you take with you that would just suddenly start disappearing and killing off your companions, or you'd have to like, roll perception checks or something, or to like wake up in the middle of the night and save someone from getting their fucking throat slashed out by your murder friend. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I go through another playthrough, it's definitely gonna be as a non-customizable character. I don't know if I'd want to do Dark Age just because I played through Dragonborn this time around, and I don't know if I'd want to play Dragonborn again. I mean, I know I could change him off of Dragonborn, but honestly, I think Dark Age should just stay Dragonborn, so I probably wouldn't want to mess with it. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine playing through as like all the other different ones. Jesus, just to get like more background on their characters. I'm just curious how much background you can actually get from just not just keeping them alive and doing their side quests. But there's stuff to come back to here, and that's what kind of makes me happy about this game. I can put this game down, and if I ever want to play another good strategy RPG, and I can play it again, and I'll probably run through it quicker than I did the last time, because I did everything this time around. The only thing I'd change on a new playthrough is I'd say Minthara, probably Romancer too, honestly, just to get to know her. Although I feel like Minthara would be really hard to romance, just because I don't know anything about her. Whereas like Gale, and I've already seen how they react to different situations. I ended up choosing Hanslin as my romance partner, which is probably for the best because of me forgetting the hammer, because Lizelle was my bae up until the very end, where Hanslin finally was just like, I want to be closer to you, and I was just like, yes, Lizelle? No? Okay, bye. And then Lizelle got pissed off at me, so it was a good decision, honestly, in the end. Hanslin gave me a wood duck at the end. You can't do nothing with it. You can evilly tell me that you could fetch some small coin for it. There's like a bunch of different options with it. It was crazy. And there's even a bard at the end that you never see that you can lie to, like twice. Be like, oh yeah, I remember you, but I'm not sure what that does, because it was like too hard of a DC check, and I was gonna sit there and re-roll at the end of the game. There's a few DC saves at the very end of the epilogue for deception. Yeah. What a game. Anyways, let me know what you guys played down in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to this small bit on my channel. I will be moving on to playing Blue Dragon and the Fallout games. I might stream the Fallout games more than I actually post them on my YouTube channel, so look in the description for link to my Twitch channel, and I thank you so much for your time. Um, have fun out there role playing.